Hello, these are artificial intelligence-generated voices, but the words read were created solely by humans using artificial intelligence for some of the writing, as well as Microsoft's Clipchamp to generate the voices and the podcast recordings.
Welcome to our next Prep for the Kids podcast, where we delve into the vital aspects of emergency management and disaster preparedness and provide some of the quote behind the scenes unquote backstory on how these social post memes in this series for the National Pediatric Disaster Coalition were created. I am Mike Prasad, your guide through today's topic, Emergency Support Function Number 2, or ESF2, Communications. Joining me again is Patricia Frost, Vice Chair of the National Pediatric Disaster Coalition. Together, we will explore why communication is not just about getting the message out, but about ensuring that message reaches everyone, especially our youngest and most vulnerable. Hi Pat. Welcome back.
Thank you, Mike. It's a pleasure to be back. Communication in disaster response is essential, but it's crucial that we specifically include children in our communication plans. ESF2 ensures that the systems needed to maintain such communication messages are themselves operational during crises. However, we must also make certain the external public-facing parts of these systems are designed to also reach children, who often rely on adults to stay informed and safe.
That's an important point. Many times, emergency managers think about ESF2 as only for internal communications between responders in the field and headquarters. But this emergency support function is also about the technical and human systems which need to be constantly up and running in order to communicate with the public about disasters or emergencies. And this can include how families communicate with their children when they are away from them too. Children have unique needs in emergencies, and they might not always understand or receive information from emergency officials, as adults do. What steps should we take to ensure they are included in emergency communications?
Several effective strategies can be used to include children in the emergency communication pipeline, which not only keeps them informed, but also helps reduce their fear and anxiety during a crisis. It starts with teaching children their full name and their parents' full name as toddlers. As they enter preschool, teach them their parents' phone number and address. For emergency managers, this helps with accountability and potentially with family reunification. As kids get older, the messages should be adjusted to provide them with more intelligence and situational awareness, and what steps they should themselves take next.
Kids now understand what to do when the fire alarm goes off via audio alerts and the attached strobe light on newer alarms. With the many smart devices worn or carried by kids today, we can develop child-friendly alerts using simple language, colorful graphics, or even cartoons that children can easily understand. Imagine a weather alert app that uses character images to explain what a tornado is and what to do if a storm is approaching. I think we can develop something that is smart, but not scary.
When children understand what is happening and what they need to do, it reduces fear and empowers them to act confidently. We also think that the critical crisis communications going out from emergency officials to the public needs to highlight the needs of children each and every time. This can be included in communications templates for threats and hazards and incorporate versions for other languages in the community. Additional communications to daycare facilities, pre-K, and other childcare sites to make sure they are in the loop on crisis communications is vital too.
Welcome back. Conducting interactive drills at schools or at home, where children are taught what to do in different scenarios, like a fire or earthquake, and especially in the languages they are used to, is a great way to practice communication systems. During these drills, it is important to explain the steps and allow children to ask questions. Practice helps children know what to expect and how to respond, making them feel more in control and less anxious in a real emergency. Did you know each year there is a national earthquake drill every year in October? Every family, business, town, county, state, etc. can participate. Exercising disaster scenarios of all kinds helps our children feel more secure, especially when they know what to expect and what is expected of them. What about involving kids themselves in the emergency management planning process?
Involving children in planning is another powerful way to prepare them. You can include them in developing family or school emergency plans. Let them help choose a family meeting spot or a communication method, like a code word or symbol for emergencies. When children play a role in planning, they feel they are important in ensuring safety, which can significantly increase their sense of security and reduce fear. We should also focus on age-appropriate education. It is key to teach children about emergencies in a way that matches their developmental level. Storybooks or games can explain emergencies for younger kids, while older children might benefit from more detailed explanations or even participate in first aid training. Knowledge is power, and when children understand what emergencies are and how they are managed, they are less likely to be overwhelmed by fear when one occurs.
There are some excellent examples from both Ready.gov and the American Red Cross for smartphone apps, disaster preparedness educational material, all which is age-appropriate and available in many languages. We will include these links with the podcast notes and out at the CMER's Substack. What about regular communication about preparedness within the family and creating emergency kits?
Regular communication is crucial. Families and schools should make it a habit to talk with children about emergency plans and update them on any changes in what we call blue sky days. This could be a regular monthly family meeting or a special session at school. Ongoing and recurring communication builds familiarity with emergency protocols, making children more comfortable with the idea of handling emergencies, and aligns to potential adjustments officials may make to emergency management planning in their own community. Finally, consider emergency evacuation kits with added personal touches. Allow children to contribute by choosing a small comfort item, like a stuffed animal or a favorite book, and include a family photo or a note from a parent. Having familiar items during an emergency can provide comfort and a sense of normalcy, which helps alleviate fear. If your kit is a backpack or bag, you can also attach a short checklist for what needs to go in the kit, which needs to be added at the last minute, such as that favorite toy, eyeglasses, refrigerated meds, etc.
It's clear that these practices don't just prepare children, they also help them feel safer and less scared during emergencies. Why is that?
When children are informed and involved, they feel more in control and less afraid. Increased understanding reduces the power of fear, and familiarity with emergency routines helps them know what to expect. These practices not only keep them safe, but also build their resilience and confidence in the face of emergencies. And for emergency managers, the more prepared families with kids are, the better off everyone is when disasters strike. Less rescues, shorter shelter stays, the list goes on and on.
Thank you, Pat. It's clear that effective communication isn't just about information, it's about inclusion and preparation, especially when it comes to children. Let's all make sure our communication strategies and also the systems which emergency managers utilize are up to the task.
Exactly, Mike. So let's prioritize our children's safety by including them in our communication plans and making sure every family, school, and childcare center is prepared. Thank you for having me on the podcast.
Well, thank you, Pat. And to our listeners and viewers, join the Prep for the Kids social media campaign to help you and your community ensure children are included in emergency communications. To become more involved, simply reshare the NPDC social media posts or offer your own insights. Our next episode in this podcast series is on ESF number 3, Public Works and Engineering. Until next time, stay safe and stay prepared for the kids. Thank you for listening.
Please visit us on the web at npdcoalition.org. Our vision is to support the development of a unified medical and health emergency management community to prepare, respond, and recover from emergencies and disasters.